What's up, y'all? It's your boy YBG, Mr. Real Talk. Hope y'all having a blessed day, humble success. I'm gonna get straight right into this video. This video is for all the men and women, everybody. It's a healing video. I'm gonna be talking about things a lot of us go through and how we can deal with it and move on. I've had things, occur to me today that made me really think about this video. People in my life I've noticed it's affecting specifically. I'm not going to dive too deep on who it is specifically, but I'm just going to go based on that knowledge and just kind of like spill some information for you guys today. If you guys are new to the channel, like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to go to this channel, trying to get to 1,000. We're going to see if we can get that this year, which we are going to accomplish that. So let's get to it. One thing I wanted to talk about is forgiving your parents and letting go of past traumas, seeking therapy, and how can you heal? How can you heal from past traumas, and how can you move on by forgiving your parents and living your life, basically? A lot of people hold on to a lot of past traumas. Parents caused them, like, let's say, emotional and physical abuse, And the thing with life is that in order for you to move on in life, you have to let go of things that weigh you down. Things that weigh you down. What are things that weigh you down? Things that affect your emotional state of mind and affect you physically in any kind of way, and everything that affects you, basically. How can you let go of things? You got to find a way to move on. You got to find a way to separate yourself from that thing that caused you pain. A lot of people are holding on to emotional damage their parents, let's say, caused them. They're holding on. They don't want to forgive their parents, but they don't want to elevate in life because they're blaming their parents. I'll tell you this right now. Let go, bro. You gotta let go. You gotta focus on what the future has for you. There's a lot of things life has in store for you. God has in store for you. You gotta let go of all these emotional things. You gotta let go. And I know it's gonna be really tough, but you gotta seek help around you. You gotta seek people who can help you. You really do. You gotta seek that knowledge for steps you can take. The little steps you can take to move forward in life. I feel like it's not spoken about in society enough. Like in schools, all these kind of things, they never speak about letting go of your past traumas. Like, you gotta understand that things are gonna happen. A lot of things are not gonna go your way, and a lot of things are gonna hurt you. I believe in building your tough skin, your very tough skin, before you have children, you marry and have kids, because you have to get rid of all those traumas so you don't pass it down to your kids. I feel like the issue with this, the only reason we have traumas that linger in today's society, is that people who had kids didn't fully heal before they decided to consume and have children. Before they decided to have children. I use consume, that's the wrong word. But honestly, you have to let go of your past. You gotta ask yourself, is it really worth holding on to? Life is gonna knock you down. Life is really gonna knock you down. You're gonna have people who treat you like shit. You're gonna feel like nobody's on your side. You're gonna feel like everything is going wrong. But I'll tell you this, the only person who is responsible for your life is you. So if you're responsible for your life, how can you take that responsibility on? Number one, understanding that no one is coming to save you. Number two, don't take things personal. You can't be taking things personal. Understanding that nobody's coming to save you and you can't take things personal is very important. And that has taken me a long way in life, because without those two understandings, I would have been very down low in my mindset. The way I think, with all the things that have happened to me in my life, I would have been very down low if I didn't have this tough skin I've developed over the years. And I'm still young and I still got a lot to learn. I still got a lot of knowledge to acquire. But at the end of the day, I could say that I've built a tougher skin than a lot of people because I put this as my main understanding that things are going to happen. A lot of things are going to happen. I don't know if I've mentioned this in my previous videos about becoming a stoic person. But a lot of people, a lot of the times, confuse being stoic with being quiet, silent, never saying a word. Being stoic is not about being silent and being like secretive and being mysterious. It's about acceptance. It's accepting the things you can't control and only caring about the things you can. You know? How can you control the things? How can you forget about the things you can't control and only care about the things you can? It's how you twist your mind. You have to change your mindset to the point where a lot of bad things are going to happen around you, but you're going to understand that this was out of my control, and how can I move on to the next level? Like, there's a lot of people who, let's use this for example, they're in relationships which they thought was good, and let's say the guy or girl cheats on their partner, and let's say they didn't do anything, it wasn't in their control. At the end of the day, there's a lot of people who choose to move on with hatred and pain for the other side, like the other gender, whoever did them wrong. And then there's other people who choose to not hold it on and pass that trauma to their next partner. They accept it as it is. They say, well, this person just wasn't for me, and something good is for me. They say when a door closes, another door opens. That's kind of how you can think like a stoic. That's the beginning of a stoic. So like, these are things I kind of try and embrace in my daily living, because I'm a human. I do also find myself tripping out for things I can't control a lot of the times, and I realized that if I really just didn't care about the things I can't control, then I would have a lot less problems. 99 problems would turn to like 56 problems, so it's like, filter out the things that really don't matter is what I'm trying to say. That's one of the ways you can let go of like past resentment for your parents and all these kind of things, or other people in your lives. But mainly the people who affect people in life is their parents or people who was closest to them. So that's how I'm making the video specifically about parents passing traumas onto their kids and how you can forgive. I'm not saying you should forget and be delusional about the fact that this happened in your past, but you should definitely not hold a grudge and cause pain to another person because of the things that have happened to you. That's selfish, and that's something you got to take care of. Take care of. So going back to the point of forgiving your parents and moving on and letting go of past traumas, what's another way? Seeking advice. How can you seek advice? You find people. It could be talking to people you trust. It could be you finding a therapist and actually talking about it. I'm not one of those people who say I don't believe in therapists, because yes, there's a lot of bad therapists, but what I mean by therapist is someone who you can trust and someone who truly wants to help you. Those people are therapists. I'm not talking about the people you go to when you pay $100 an hour and then they just try and find a solution for you that suits their mindset. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of the times going to those therapies could be bad. I feel like you gotta find people you trust, And I know there's someone out there who has nobody they can trust, you know. You just gotta keep looking, bro. I'll tell you this right now. You just gotta keep looking. Have an open mind. Have an open mind. The second you open your mind to wanting people in your life to help you, help will come along the way. Help will come. There's people all over the world who has been through what you're going through. So never just give up. Never just hold resentment. Never do that, because all that is baggage. Baggage. Nothing else. Nothing better. So really what I'm trying to tell you is that if you hold on to past traumas, you never forgive your parents, it's more of a likelihood you're just not going to succeed in life. In the sense of, it's not always about money. I'm not always talking about money to succeed. In the sense of your happiness, everybody's end goal is to be happy, feel fulfilled, and everything like that. But if you hold on to past traumas, there's still that sense of hatred, pain in your heart that you've never let go of to this day. And then your whole next 10 years of your life is filled with suffering for a lot of people. God forbid that be you, but I'm just saying the truth. That's what a lot of people in today's society are like going through. So learn to forgive. Remember the things they did to you so you don't go back in the same situation, but forgive them. Move on. Focus on your growth. Focus on your health. Focus on building new connections in your life. Just because they're blood doesn't mean you got to keep them around. I'm not saying you got to keep family around if they did you really, really wrong. But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people hold on to little things that isn't worth it. It's not worth losing your relationship with your parents over little amounts of money or little amounts of things they've said to you. You can move on in your life, focus on building new connections and growth. That's all I gotta say for you guys today. Hope y'all have a blessed day. Humble Success YBG, Mr. Real Talk. Let's get it. Gang.